Welcome to the Daily Jerry Anderson podcast, where the presenter fears for the safety of his extensive collection of compact discs, much prized and envied by his broadcasting colleagues, some of whom have very light fingers. I accused a man in the wrong this morning. I thought that someone had stolen that from my desk, and I gave out at great length to you.
Giving out great lengths after you going out and paying. Much did you say you paid for it?
Nothing. But I have paid money in the past for some CDs that I have had on my desk, and they have disappeared. Little nimble fingers have worked over them and taken them to their own homes. I understand that kind of thing, because I'm a trusting person. I'm not like you. I don't have a big press with a big lock on it.
Can I just
everything that you own, you lock it away like some kind of mindless, like some kind of little squirrel. That's what you are. A little squirrel is my CDs. Put them lock away. Anyone, someone else might play them and enjoy them. They're all mine. And it's BBC property. Stop it. Sorry.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. What did I do? What have I done?
What do you mean?
I don't know what I've done. What have I done to deserve these congratulations? So I've done so little to earn them, as far as I'm concerned. What have I done? Come on.
That's obviously not true, then.
What's not true?
A man approached me last night.
So what else is new?
No. Honestly, I was out walking. I was out for a mouthful of air.
Janet well may you sneer.
No.
What? Yeah, a mouthful of what?
Out for a mouthful of air before I turned in.
A breath of fresh air. We don't say a mouthful of air.
Oh,
we
yes.
say a breath of fresh air.
Oh, I'm going for
you get a mouthful of poaching.
Oh, a mouthful of
air. A mouthful of water. A mouthful of... Go ahead.
Before I turned in. That's it. Anyway, is it true, then?
What they say about Dixie?
No.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You'll have to be more...
I was told that you are in a list, a short list, to carry the Olympic flame around Derry. Is this true?
Why didn't you say that to me before you mentioned it? I'm not allowed to say.
Yes, that's what I was told. Is this true?
I can't deny it, nor can I confirm it.
You're carrying the Olympic flame?
Well, yes. Yeah, it's a big honour. And
I
was
confirmed,
surprised.
or are you in a short list?
Well, it's more or less. I've been told that it's more or less definite. But I am on a short list. But I'm sorry. I wish you hadn't brought that up, because it puts me in a terribly embarrassing situation. Because I have no matches. Staffing continues to be an issue. Whilst other Radio Ulster shows have entourages, lackeys and lickspittles, the presenter struggles with Mr. Coyle, who now needs a blanket to keep him going until 12. I wonder if we could get your pig on. It'd be too much, I suppose, to ask anyone to get that for me, because that would be way beyond the wild realms of hope.
As well as get paper for your machine?
So I noticed it hasn't been done yet.
Right, so find a CD on your desk and get paper for your machine.
I'd like the paper
Answer
first,
the
please, because the programme's nearly over.
You like the paper first?
I'd like the paper first, because the programme's nearly over. Why do I have to say everything twice?
Janet's going in now too.
Is she?
Janet's entering the cabin, yes. Go on.
She doesn't like coming in here.
No, she's not good in, she says.
She's not good in?
Not unaccompanied.
BBC rules says nobody's allowed to come in to see me on their own. Mr. Coyle's list of impressions has now reached double figures, to add to such contemporary cultural icons like Dennis Taylor, Brian Clough and Roy Walker. We have a new name.
You know what I want you to do?
What?
I want you to teach me Bruce Forsyth. No. Yeah, that's the Bruce Forsyth I don't want. It's the Bruce Forsyth. No, it's the old. My lovely. It's got slower, and he's very, very slow now. Have you not heard him?
Yes, but you're doing okay. Give me a bit of that and I'll judge it. I'll be Simon Cowell.
I don't know what they say.
You know what?
Oh, it's much nicer.
You know what?
Yes, it's
You've made that stage your own. Go on ahead.
Yes, it's much nicer now, my lovely. Yes. Yeah, I don't go out an awful lot. You see, I need something to say. But you understand, it's the voice now. The voice has changed. It's... You know where you begin...
That's all stuff.
He's much too old now to do that, my lovely. You see, he's much slower.
That's not bad, you know.
Yeah.
You work at that. That's worth working at.
Is it?
Yeah. No, were you being you there?
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, there is something there. See, I was doing it as I was driving home. I was saying, gosh, look at this traffic tonight. You know, I'm saying
the night.
It was wrong. No, but I see it's a certain words you can't say. That's why I want you to
never
teach
pronounce
me.
your teaching. No.
Oh dear, look at this traffic. No,
Traffic's
traffic's wrong.
wrong.
Traffic wrong. Oh dear, look at this traffic.
That's it.
Oh dear, dearie me, look at this traffic tonight.
No, you don't pronounce it.
He would say no, he would
tonight.
say tonight. He
Yeah.
would say
Okay, yeah,
tonight.
okay, that's good,
He would
yeah.
say yes tonight.
Give us that again, that whole
Oh
sentence.
dear, look at this traffic tonight. We'll never get home.
It's 9 out of 10 for
We'll
that.
never get home. I've got to see Jerry Anderson.
No.
Yes, he's a lovely,
Lovely bloke.
Ah, I remember. Yeah, you see,
Lovely lad.
Yes, he's a lovely lad. Yes, he's quite nice, Jerry. Yes, he's quite nice.
Welcome to the Daily Jerry Anderson podcast, which today, being a slow enough kind of a day, begins with a long-ranging discussion about what the presenter had for his breakfast. The presenter is aware that this may not be of great interest to others, but nevertheless proceeds with some enthusiasm. You see, Stephen Nolan spent a lot of time in England, you see, on Radio 5, so he's beginning to talk like that a bit. You see?
Yeah.
And William Crawley wants to be in England, so he's wanting to talk like that, and he's talking like
That's
that a
very
bit.
cruel.
That's what I'm saying. But that's,
Unnecessary.
can you think of any other explanation why they're speaking? They've suddenly become the one person. I can't tell them apart anymore. I'm going to
Tell
mention
the
this.
people about your jam puff.
No,
Go on.
because there was an apple puff.
Oh, well, what was your apple puff then?
I don't know. I ate an apple puff this morning.
For his breakfast. For his breakfast.
I've never done that before. It's not a good idea. Do you know what happened? I went into the shop and I saw it, and I went, "My God, that apple puff's for me." It was all puffy, and there was apples sneaking out the side of it, and I went, "Oh, I want it!" And I brought it up here, and I looked at it for a while, and I said, "This could well be a mistake."
Janice says, why do you not have your gravy ring?
Tell Janet to keep out of this.
Keep your nose out of his gravy ring.
Keep your nose out of this gravy. What did President Clinton say? Keep your nose out of Northern Ireland affairs. Isn't that what somebody said to President Clinton?
That's
Keep
right.
your nose out of Northern Ireland politics. Keep your nose out. Keep your nose out.
So it's upset you.
I saw the apple puff and I said, do you know the way when you see a beautiful woman, you say, I want her? No, you don't do that, no. But I'm saying, no, ordinary people, when they see a beautiful woman, say, I want her. I looked at the apple puff. That's the stage I've reached now. I'm looking at apple puffs and saying, I want them. And I gorged it into me. You know what I did? I ate it before my tea was ready. Do you know sometimes you put your apple puff down and you put
I
your
told
tea...
you to warm it up.
No.
You should have, yeah.
No, you can't.
You put your apple puff into the microwave for...
No, it ruins
for,
them. Makes
No,
them, it flattens them
it
down.
doesn't.
It
If you
flattens
put
them.
it in for a max
No,
of 15
you never put any kind of pastry or crust into the microwave because it
Yes,
flattens it and softens
it doesn't. 15 seconds. You do the same with a sausage roll.
I spit on your microwave.
15 seconds and you'll have a
I
puffy.
spit on your 15 seconds. No. Never put any kind of pastry.
I do it and it works.
There's a people.
Yes.
There are people who shall be nameless. And I'm going to tell you this. I saw that. You saw this too. And I saw the greatest crime against humanity. There are people, and I'm not going to name them, who are wonderful bakers. You know what I'm talking about. And they make a wonderful particular little pie. And if a person goes in and asks for this wonderful particular little pie and brings it home and puts it lovingly in the oven and heats it up over a period of half an hour, that is the most wonderful little pie that you have ever eaten in your entire life. But if you go into the place where you buy this pie and you'd say, I'd like a cup of tea, can I have one of me pies there, please? They put it into the microwave and it comes out like a big sloppy, wet, horrible devil thing that you don't want. And you can't say, look at you done that lovely pie. That pie was beautiful before you put it in. You put it in the microwave, ruins everything except scrambled eggs. The presenter again disinterrs the dead and does impersonations of them. There should surely be a law that has been drafted to prevent this kind of thing, but there does not seem to be one.
I talked about Derek before.
Could you play jiving music?
I can't play jiving music because I don't particularly like it, Sean.
But
I don't
it's
like it because I'll tell you why.
Why?
When the girls dance, their skirts go way above their hips, and I don't like that kind of talk because it makes me feel uncomfortable. But it's a wonderful album.
But this is for the Bairnswear girls who love jiving music. They asked you before. I think.
That'll be the Bairns. Where are they from?
I don't know, so I'm sure. I think they may be Lurganish.
Around about Lurgan. Lurgan's a beautiful part of the country, I have to say now. But I have not been there often now. I'm more of a Belfast sort of a guy, and I like the Glens of Antrim. But I'm not particularly keen on Lurgan. Now I hope they don't be getting upset now.
Did you ever jive your yourself? Did you
I dived occasionally, but it's a wonderful feeling. I have to be honest with you. But you need the coordination. I've never been particularly twinkle-toed. But I have to say, I'm a bit like a rhinoceros with knickers on. And I don't know what to say apart from that.
Welcome to the Daily Gerry Alderson podcast, which today celebrates the imminent visit to the grey skies of an Irish Republic by the reigning monarch of England and of up here. She's not coming here, but that's okay. The presenter wishes he was in better fettle to celebrate this momentous occasion. Oh, I need some help today.
Eh?
I need help today.
What about a wee bit of volume on the headphones?
All right, then.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
just
good. That's enough.
Notice how I'm not messing you about?
No, that's good.
Ah! I need some help today. I feel tired and listless. And I've got a sore throat on one side. It's difficult for me, you know. I don't know. I'm tired and listless like every other day. Do you know, I'm worried about myself as well on a psychological level because I've discovered that I don't know the difference anymore between William Crawley and Stephen Nolan. Do you know at the end of the programme, sometimes we hear 30 seconds of the morning programme between 9 and we always try and keep it down to about 10. But sometimes I have to listen to 30. Now, today I genuinely did not know if it was William Crawley or Stephen Nolan. What does that mean? That's a very serious way to be. I just didn't know the difference between them. Do you think there's any reason for that?
One will take it as a compliment.
And the other will be very angry.
Yes.
And a gentleman writes to me and he talks about politics. Of course, we have to welcome the Queen today to the Republic of Ireland. My friend, the Queen.
You met her.
Of course I did.
You met the Queen.
And got on extremely well with her. I was the talk of Buckingham Palace. I'll tell that story again. Will I tell the story again?
If you want,
I think I should.
I have a pencil here.
What are you going to do with it?
I shall make notes.
Okay. I'm going to tell the story again about the time I met the Queen. And I would not normally repeat a story, but I think today is a very special day. I was invited to Buckingham Palace. Every once in a while, once every blue moon, prominent, eminent broadcasters from television, radio, and indeed satellite are invited to the BBC for what they call a kind of a broadcasting day.
BBC?
No, sorry. Slip of the tongue. Buckingham Palace for what they call Broadcasting Day. And it didn't start well because in actual fact, maybe perhaps 3 people from here would be selected to go. And I think Wendy was with me and somebody else. I can't remember who else that person was, but whoever. I think it's done on a rotational basis. I think names are put in a hat. So I don't think I was picked to go, but anyway, I was one of the 3 sent to represent Northern Ireland to meet the Queen in Buckingham Palace. It didn't start well. I was separated from the party. Stop doing things. You listen. You're not listening.
Yes, I am.
You're frittering.
But I know what's coming, you see.
I know. Try to pretend you're interested.
Okay.
Encourage me.
Right.
Anyway, it didn't start well because I was separated from the party amongst the flesh pots of London. And what happens is when you go and see the Queen like that, you have 3 different passes. You have one pass to get through the main gate. You have another pass to get through some kind of little anti-gate. And then you have a third pass to get you actually into the gig itself where the Queen is. So you can't sneak in. So I get a taxi. I hailed a taxi in central London. And I said, take me to Buckingham Palace. And he went, all right, mate. Okay, what are you doing there? I said, I'm being knighted. I just thought I'd say that, you know. Anyway, I arrived at the front gate and I said, you'll need 3 passes. Look, here's the first one. Go in the first one. And then the second gate, there's the second one. He said, this is something doing it, mate. I said, it's great, isn't it? He said, you must be important. I said, as a matter of fact, I'm very important. And then the third pass, what are you doing that for?
No, put my hand up. Permission to interrupt you.
Yes.
Morris is on one. Could you tell Morris the story? Because I've heard it before. Maybe Morris could ask you questions about
That's
it.
so hateful.
No, it's not. No.
Hello, Morris?
Hello?
That's
Do you want me
better.
to tell you that story?
I hear that, yep.
Well, you interrupt me now. I can't remember where I was. Well, the first thing that happened, I was in a taxi, see, and then I arrived at the main gig where the gate was. And when I arrived at the gate, there were so many photographers around to take photographs of all the famous people who were there. I didn't realise there was going to be famous people there, but there were. All the photographers were there to take the photographs of the famous people as they got out of their cars and their taxis. So when the taxi arrived, I could see the paparazzi, as I imagine that is what they were. I could see them craning their necks to see who this individual was, this single individual was in the taxi. It could have been David Beckham or anybody.
You're not involving Morris.
I'll involve him in a
great deal.
minute.
No,
I'm on a roll here.
But you should be saying to Morris.
I'll talk to him in a minute.
No, but you say to Morris, were you ever at Buckingham Palace?
I'll ask him that in a minute. I don't care where he's been.
Talk to Morris.
I'll talk to him in a minute.
No, but you should be telling
I'm on a roll here. I'm telling the story.
Morris
There's different sections in this story. There's sections in this story. I'll go to him. Anyway, I'm in the taxi and the paparazzi.
Morris. No,
Yeah.
you should say that. He was in the taxi, Morris, you see.
Yeah.
You see, I'm involved, and you involved Morris.
Do you know what's happening now? The people who are listening to this program are getting very upset at you because you're stopping me telling the story. You're ruining my flow. Stories about personal conversations with the Queen are far from two a penny. The presenter continues to awe a rapt nation. What they do is they have this tray, and all the waiters are small because they don't like the idea of you having to reach up for your drink. So all the waiters, there's none of them over 5'2". And they're all wee tiny waiters because they're all the same. I said to somebody, I look at all the size of those guys. Why are they so small? And this guy said it's because they don't like you reaching up for your drink. And you know what they have in each tray? This you don't get this kind of stuff in the papers. This is from the horse's mouth here. What you have in each tray, you have a vodka, a gin, and a whiskey, a bottle of water, and a little round plate with little eggs in it and a little kind of powder, right? Do you know what that is?
Yep.
Kind of like gingery little powder. They're quail's eggs. So what you do is you lift a wee vodka and you say, "Penny white lemonade?" And they say, "I'm sorry, sir."
They don't know what white lemonade is.
Exactly. And then you lift a quail's egg and you dip it into the wee gingery stuff and you eat that, and then you fire the whiskey down your throat or the vodka.
Is there wee toothpick things? They lift the eggs.
There are no toothpick things.
Would you
lift
put your fingers?
It is
That'd be
well.
very
It is well known.
That'd be very hygienic.
It is well known in Buckingham Palace in Tudor times that people didn't use knives and forks. They ate their grub with their fingers. There is nothing wrong with lifting an egg with your finger because the Tudors expect it. And the
But they
Plantagenets.
didn't know about hygiene then.
I know, but they
We
know now, but they don't care. Anyway, I went upstairs. I had about 3 or 4 of those. You still there, Morris?
Yep.
I had about 3 or 4 of
Morris
those.
is not. Janice said that's not what Morris is there for.
Well, what is he there for?
I lost 3 pet lambs in Ballymorn Road this morning.
There you
in
are.
Clinty.
It's nothing to do with me.
3 pet lambs.
I'm talking about the Queen here.
He lost.
All right, well, let's deal with him and get rid of him, and I'll get back to the story. Morris, tell me, you've lost 3 pet lambs?
Yeah.
Where was this?
Ballymorn Road, Clinty.
When did you lose them?
This
We
morning.
got up this morning and they weren't
Will you let
there.
him answer himself? Can you let him
Get up this
answer
morning.
himself? You get up this morning and they were gone?
Yep.
Where did you keep them, Morris?
In the garden.
In the garden? And a little
Yep.
kind of enclosure of any kind?
It's about 3/4 of an acre of a garden.
Well, do you think they would have escaped, or do you think someone stole them?
I think they probably just escaped.
Really? Okay,
Yep.
so where is that again?
Ballymorn Road, Clinty.
Okay, Killinchy. Now, do you have children? Are they children's pets, Morris?
Yeah, they are indeed, yep.
Oh, well, they will miss them, won't they? They'll
Yep.
miss them.
The wee girl's distraught. She's away to school crying this morning.
Ah, dear, dear, dear. All right, then, okay, we'll ask the people to keep their eyes out for... There's 3 of them. I'm sure they'll be together.
There's 3 of them and they're pretty friendly. They're pretty young, like.
Well, they'll be wandering about, won't they? I mean, they won't know where they're going. They don't know Killinchy all that well, probably. And they'll be just wandering about. So keep motorists and people out for a walk. Keep an eye out for 3 little lambs
Who have lost
who have
our
lost
way.
their way.
Ba, ba, ba.
You see, you ruined that for me. You ruined that for me. That's what you see. You ruined that for me. I was building up to that. The story knows no end. It builds and builds, just gets better and better. They don't call the presenter Hans Christian Andersen for nothing, because parts of this tale may also be true. And the door opens and out comes the Queen, on her own. And she practically walks into me. And she says, "Hello." I said, "Hello." And I said, "Lovely house." And she said, "I like it." I said, "I'm surprised to see you on your own, Your Majesty." And she said, "I don't suppose that you have any bodyguards in your home either." I said, "As a matter of fact, I don't." I walk around, so I'm chatting away to her. And suddenly a crowd gathers. And we're chatting away for ages and ages. And suddenly I kind of, she was looking at something. She says, "Hey, look over here." And she told me about a particular painting. And I put my arm round her. You see? And then I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Your Majesty, the last man who did that, I believe, was sacked." "Oh, yes," she said, "the Prime Minister of Australia." I said, "Yes, you can't put your arm around me." And she was very funny, and she was laughing, and I took the arm away, and everybody was looking. And then this man came over and said, "Your Majesty, Your Majesty, Your Majesty, I want you to meet someone over here, Your Majesty." And she said, "Okay." And she looked at me and says, "Well, Mr. Anderson, goodbye, nice to meet you." And she went away, and I was talking to her for about 5 minutes. And then all these people all came over to me and said, "What was that all about?" And I said, "Well, no, I was just chatting to her." She says,
Was Wendy there?
"Yeah, but I don't remember. I don't think she was there at that particular
No,
time."
of course not. No, conveniently.
Oh, in other words, what you're saying is
Aye.
this is a lie?
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you what. You ask Wendy during the pips.
Oh, last Wednesday during the pips.
Wednesday during the pips.
Oh, last Wednesday.
Anyway,
last time I
everybody
see
came
her.
over and said to me, and they said, "What was that all about?" I said, "Well, nothing. I was just chatting to her." She said, "She never talks to anyone for more than 30 seconds. You were talking to her for 5 minutes."
I'm going to ask Wendy.
And I said, "Well, I was telling her what a wonderful job that Radio Ulster does in broadcasting to a divided community."
What about John?
Ach, you're no fun. See you, you're no fun. Where is he?
I have a good name for me now.
I have one too.
Prostate coil. I stop your flow.
The Queen dispensed with, we turn to matters metallurgical. Not for nothing did the presenter spend 3 weeks as an apprentice toolmaker with Birmingham Sound Reproducers. A fundamental knowledge of metals is easily carried. What does EPNS mean on a spoon?
Electroplated.
Come on, keep going.
Something silver.
Nickel steel.
Nickel steel.
Electroplated nickel steel. Not a lot of people know that. Anyway, we're just talking about BRUFSC, and I had to put my EPNS. Do you remember that years ago, the Goons? Remember the Goons? They had a record called Fred Spoons and his EPNS. I don't know why that came into my mind. You know, that's because I'm sick. Anyway, hello,
I was
good morning.
thinking about you the other.
No, please don't do that. Every time you think about me, I get sick.
I was down in the bus station and I was thinking about you.
What were you doing in the bus station?
Getting a bus to Belfast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was for our outside broadcast last week.
Yeah.
I
And
thought maybe you were just
about
hanging around, you know.
No, I thought.
Well, what did you think about me?
I thought about you as a wee boy
Yes.
when you played in the bus shelters and in and out of the buses.
Yes.
And I remember you talking fondly about the machine that they had in the bus depot,
Yeah.
where you could print your name on a strip of metal.
And then you put it on your bicycle.
There was a big like alphabet, a big circular, the alphabet, and you pointed the arrow to
There's
the
a big
letter.
iron arrow when you point
Yes,
it out, and then you pulled a
punched
leader
it,
like a
yeah.
like a slot machine in Las Vegas.
Yes, yes.
That punched the letter, and then you got it out. It was a little strip of metal, and you
with
put
your
that in your
name on it.
bicycle.
Yeah. What's
So
that
happy
was
days.
for? Was your bicycle your
Well,
tool? Wasn't your
could have
bicycle?
been,
You
yeah.
put it in your toolbox.
Toolbox.
Yes.
If you ever had one. I never had it. Did you have a toolbox?
No.
What are you talking about toolbox then? You'd have had a toolbox your life. You put it on your... What do you put? Your jumper?
What did we put it on?
You put it on your bicycle. You
Where
put it
do you
on...
put-
Well,
why would
okay.
you put it on your bicycle?
It's when you had a Tommy gun. Just before the trouble. Do you remember people used to have toy guns? You put it on that.
No, you did not. What did we want that for?
I wanted it for my bicycle.
Did you?
I did it.
Well, where did you put it on your bicycle?
I can't remember now.
You didn't put it on your bicycle.
I did put it on my bicycle.
You did
Because
put
my
it- the
name was on
handlebar-
it.
The handlebars?
No, the name, one of the bars down below. I put down the slanty bar that goes down. I put it on that.
And how did you put it on?
I don't remember. I probably used glue or something. And it was your name
We
on
had
it. So
no glue in those days.
we had no glue in those
No.
days. Yes, we had.
No, we hadn't.
We had.
We tied things on. We had no glue. No such thing as glue.
I was glue in our house.
It wasn't.
You
There
were,
may have been.
you were underprivileged.
We,
We had glue that came out of a thing, and it was
you
always.
come out of a bottle, a big triangular bottle.
That's it, and it stuck it all good hard at the top.
And that was only for paper.
I know, but you could use it. You could sneak. What am I doing talking about this? Thank you for listening.